Have you had the conundrum of trying to bore a PVC pipe underneath a sidewalk or underneath a driveway for whatever reason, i.e., for water line, maybe wire, conduit for wire, gas line that would go through a sleeve in the PVC, etc. And you wonder, well, the processes are simple. Number one, you have a fitting like this, which normally has a little barbed fitting on the end, which shoots the water. And then on the other end, where you connect your hose pipe, it has a fitting to screw the hose pipe. Now, one thing to be aware of here, this little black rubber washer, be sure that rubber washer's in there. If not, find one and put in, because when you connect the hose pipe, if you don't have this, water's going to spray. But the topic of this video here is, say, if you did this with 3/4 inch pipe, 3/4 inch is fine to go all the way through. A 20-foot section is better. And it's better to use a bell end if you have to couple any pipes together, if you have to put two together, versus using a fitting here. So, but now do keep in mind, try not to use a fitting halfway in the middle of the pipe somewhere here. This is 1 inch, so if you bored at 3/4 and you wanted 1 inch, you could pull it out and already have a cap on this end. Take a 2-pound hammer and hammer it in all the way to the other side, and then cut off here and cut off here, and that would be either your sleeve or your pipe, depending on what your needs are. But now, one thing to keep in mind, the topic at hand here, try not to put a fitting in between here. If you have to join two pipes, try to get the bell end off of one pipe and use the bell end, and be sure to glue it and allow the glue, and likewise on the cap for the 1 inch, if you decide to go with 1 inch, allow the glue to set up and allow the glue to at least set up for 15 minutes and to get good and hard, because but preferably do not use a coupling in the middle. And you may say, well, why can't I use a coupling? Well, you can, and if you get lucky, fine. But this is a point, you could have a leak if you got water here. Now, if it's a sleeve, I don't know that it would make a difference. But the problem being, if you have this coupling and it breaks off halfway underneath the driveway, then, and you've already bored 4 to 6 feet, then you have to do deja vu all over again and restart and rebore again. So when using the pipe to do the boring, try to use a bell end and not a coupling going underneath the sidewalk or underneath the driveway. Again, bell end, not a coupling under driveway or walkway. Thank you for watching. If you find any of these videos helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.